All right, and we're back. Brother Dave, what's on your mind?
Well, this is a pretty lame topic, but I've been kicking this around in my head for a couple weeks, and I think I'm having the most trouble with it. It's a double-fold problem here. One of the issues is our logo. The other issue is the time I put in. But I've really been thinking about going back to the Fu Manchu for the summer.
Really?
Yeah, but our logo's got me full bearded, and this is a shitty beard. This isn't a nice.
No, it's a good beard.
I mean, it's an okay beard, but it took a long time to grow in. It looked real shitty for a long time until it was just enough to be like, okay, it can pass for a beard now.
Yeah.
So I'm real hesitant to shave any of this off, but I'm thinking that I kind of miss my. And I guess even when I had my Fu Manchu, I left my beard in. I just shaved my chin, so I had the. So it wasn't a real Fu Manchu. But I've been thinking if I do it, I'm going to leave I'm going to run the bars down down my chin. But I don't know. I just can't bring myself to do it yet. And Jenna, she's not a huge fan of the Fu Manchu, but I am.
I wish you'd bring the long hair back. Not super long, but where you could have a slight ponytail, Dave.
That took a long time too. And I think it'll come back someday. I was actually thinking that. I was looking through pictures trying to find the Fu Manchu last time I had it. Maybe while I was down on vacation, I guess, trying to see how long it's been.
It's been a while.
A long while, because I started growing my hair out, and it wasn't really intentional, but it ended up being COVID is when I started growing my hair out. But Jenna always cuts my hair. She always has, until it got long, and then I'd go down and see somebody because she does real good with the fade, but it was just new territory.
She's one-trick pony. We call our buddy Mick Ubler, Mick Blends.
But I was thinking about that too, like maybe even not ponytail Dave, but long enough to hang over the edge of my bandana,
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, I think, when you look at that logo, you realize how spot on it fits our personalities.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you go Fu Manchu, it's okay. It's, everybody recognizes that.
I don't know how long it'll take to grow back, but I thought maybe I'd just be like a summer Fu Manchu guy, and then, somewhere around October, September, maybe just stop shaving at my birthday, middle of September, hoping it'll be back to keep me warm for the
Wintertime. And it's not a dull topic because I saw, I don't know what it was. It might have been like a spoof, but they were talking about how neck beards are back. And it had this lineup of 20 pictures of straight up chin and below for neck beards. And I was just like, I don't think that's back. I don't think it was ever in.
No, I don't think
it is it at all. But because I had a really gnarly one this winter. My beard was, and I had never ever let
Grizzly Adams, it was amazing.
I had never ever letting it gotten to that point. And then I have such a, I'm very fortunate that, I am a baby-faced son of a bitch. I am very much, the facial hair has, well, now that I'm bald, the facial hair is, a very essential part of it. But I felt like the beard just kind of gave me that little bit of, I don't know what's the word I'm thinking of. But, just kind of that, hey, looky there. That's a handsome devil with a big beard.
Yeah, rugged.
Yeah, that's what it is. Kind of that man that, these women that read these smut books.
Yeah.
That they're always like, oh, what are you reading, honey? Oh, nothing. It's boring.
Yeah, never. I imagine it never goes, he put his baby-faced cheeks between my thighs.
Yeah, no, it's, Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
Hell yeah.
And so I felt like, I really was spot on there with it. And I shaved for baseball. And, when I did it, I was like, my God, such a baby face. And I realistically, have, a round face to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, with a longer beard, it takes away, now my face doesn't look like I got hit with a frying pan. But you can tell, when you go short beard, it's still...
Well, I'm worried about the double chin situation because I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh,
and I don't want to get rid of it and find out
it's still there and it's gotten better.
Fat bastard and it's just flapping down here
I forget what big fella calls it. I don't know.
Is not a gobbler, but Not gizzard either. It's
Gullet? No. Golly Whomper.
gollywomper.
Golly Whomper. We got that Golly Whomper there. Yeah, I don't know. It's I support, and we joke about it at the middle school baseball level, that like guys growing mustaches, and it's like we just have fun with it. But I mean, dude, if you're like a 13, 14-year-old kid, you can grow a dirty stash, like that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like you're the envy. Now your mom ain't gonna like it.
Yeah.
But
your buddy's mom might.
Yeah, and you're becoming a man, son. But I always get that question, like, when was the last time you were clean shaven? And it's the last time like I didn't have like a beard when I played rugby my last year of law school. We all shaved into Fu Manchus. And that was probably the last time that there was no hair on the side of my face. But like even, I don't know, I love it. I love having a beard because there's a little bit of like, I can grow a beard and you can't. And it's just one of those things. That was my problem
because I couldn't grow a beard till I was like mid-30s. Like this is a pretty new thing. But I also find like I'm a beard stroker, I guess.
Yeah.
I find myself pondering things, and I'm afraid what if it takes another year and a half to come back? I don't know if I can.
You're gonna rub your chin raw.
Yeah.
People are gonna think you've been busy.
Gonna really have my golly
whopper your golly whopper's gonna be all redneck. I don't know. I mean, my dad has a beard. I've always known him to have a beard. And I just have grown up with him. Like, I think it's one of those weird things, too. Like, you're either in or you're out on facial hair. Like, there's very few people that run that fine line.
And I think we're in a time. Like, I think it's also a social thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the 90s, I don't think beards were as...
Well, it's funny you bring that up. So, for those of you keeping score at home, yours truly finished marketing this semester. 101% A.
Attaboy.
Yep. But we did a case study on Gillette, the best shave a man can get.
Yeah.
And they were talking about there's been some research done on the change in the workplace in regards to facial hair.
Yep.
So used to having a beard was almost a sign of laziness in corporate America. Like you're clean shaven every day.
Yep.
Like that's what you do. And that has slowly faded and changed over time to where beards are more acceptable in the workplace. So it's actually a real thing.
Yeah.
There's actually some quantifiable data to suggest there has been a change. But if you think about it, back in the day with, like even WW1, WW2, you get into Korea, like those guys that had gone to war, it was clean shaven.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you had to do. The military had that policy. Well, those people come back, and guess what they continue to do? Shave, because that's what's being ingrained to them. And now you don't have it as much. Just a theory, but I don't know if it holds water.
Fan of the program, neighbor down there in Honnold, Joe Ellis. I remember when he finally was done with his stint in the
Marines.
Like that was one thing he was telling us. Man, I'm glad to be able to have a beard again.
Yeah.
Because he just never kept one because he always had to stay clean shaven for that. So I think he just stayed shaven all the time.
Yeah, it's a real thing. But Dave, I support whatever decision you try to make.
We'll see what happens. I mean, you never know. I'm looking forward to some time off here this summer. I know I just had a week-long vacation.
I was going to say, pal, you just got back.
But I'm ready for a long weekend somewhere without any plans, or hopefully very limited plans, like just to hang around the house. Those are normally the days I'm like, you know what? Today's the day.
Just going to do it.
Just going to do it.
Well, when I shaved my head, it'll be 5 years ago in December, which is wild that I know that, but it coincides with me starting at the resort. I just picked a date. Like it was either December 27th or 28th because the only thing Janelle said was, don't do it before Christmas. And I said, okay, I can do that. So December 27th or 28th, I think it was.
There was a good amount of time there, probably not a good amount of time, probably 2 or 3 months, a whole summer. maybe part of the winter or the spring into the summer, that I was clean shaving my head every other day. Sometimes I wonder about that, going back to that, because I feel like my hair is kind of thinning. That's another reason I cut my hair. Just brushing my hair and everything in the morning, getting ready, seemed like it was falling out of it, because my hair is real curly, and then when you brush it, I pull a bunch out.
Ooh.
And my dad, he had a real thin spot up top. Both my grandpas had the horseshoe thing going on.
Yeah.
I was like, gosh, dang it! Not like I'm speeding the process up here, just ripping it all out.
It's coming for you. Yeah.
So there was a time I was thinking, I'm just gonna shave it all off. To hell with it. I ain't gonna be bald, or have the island or anything. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's what mine started, because everybody's like, well, why don't you use Rogaine or whatever? Well, male pattern baldness is in the back. Mine was thinning out up front, and just recently had started back here, because I could still probably grow a full head of hair outside of those spots, but I had just grown it long enough where I just combed it over all the time. And that's
now,
just,
I think that's when he started getting the same thing kind of up here, and I'm going to cut his name out. But I think that he was saying he talked to his barber and a couple of different people and a doctor, and they said, well, you're too late. It's already gone. But apparently if you catch it thinning at those points, hey, it's starting to recede back, that stuff even on the front can work. But once it's not there, it doesn't bring it back.
Yeah,
it just kind of prolongs the...
Yeah. That
slows
ship,
down the death. Yeah.
That ship had sailed, and I'm okay with it. So, hey, we support whatever facial hair decisions you want to make.
This is America.
Whether you're a man or a lady.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're a lady.
Bearded lady, had a whole lot of clout back in the...
I think that would be a great bar name.
The Bearded Lady.
Yeah. Think about the merch you could get off that. Think about it.